Okay, fine. I am getting the confirmation from the participants. We are good to go. So let's move ahead now. So basically, the market is a very much wide actually. Means I think in a NSE we are having the 2,500 or 2,700 listed companies, and to do a trading or to make a portfolio, hardly we require a 0.1 percentage or 0.2 percentage of it. Ultimately, our portfolio size is not like that. If we want to own the 50 stocks or 100 stocks or more than that in our portfolio. So it is just in 0.1 or 0.2, 0.3 percentage kind of the entire market size we wanted to own as our portfolio or a trading universe. So the thing is that in this particular entire wider market, how we normally get down, how we normally do the stock selection. So my first step will be looking at the broader texture of the market, and then what are the basic filters to understand that what are the stocks to look at, right? So here, just to start with one simple analogy, if our client is coming out of Mumbai and he means he wants to come to our office, normally how we do read the address? Is it from top to bottom that we navigate ourselves, or is it from bottom to top we try to navigate ourselves? What do you say? Of course, in the absence of, let's say, a Google map, how do we follow the address? Top to bottom, या फिर bottom to top, right? It always goes within the bottom to top. So if any client coming outside from the Mumbai to visit our office, first of all, he need to get it into the Maharashtra. Now in the Maharashtra, there are lots of districts are there. Means there is Thane, there is a Mumbai, there is a Nasik and a Pune. Lots of things is there. So he need to get into the Mumbai. Now in the Mumbai, there are lots of paras are there. So over there, he has to come to the Dadar. Dadar, we have the east and west. We have to come to the west. After reaching Dadar west, there are lots of roads. So we have to come to the Senapati Bapat Marg, then the Ruby, and then the seventh floor. So this is how the broader category is getting a little bit niche, and ultimately we are reaching to that particular thing. So why so? Why this particular analogy? Because let's say as like a Maharashtra, our universe of the market is also quite wide. As I said, 2,700 stocks. But within that, we have to niche down step by step to come to the some sorts of actionable ideas. So for that particular purpose, we need to understand the broader texture of the market. And normally we feel that technical analysis is all about we pick up the chart, we just keep on drawing the lines and we done with our analysis. But that is not so. There are lots of things beforehand that we need to do. So here, my first approach or my first focus will be on the understanding the market structure. And why understanding the market structure first? Because before we enter to the charting, there is a something called as a pre-charting, there is a charting, and there is a post-charting as well, right? So what are the things we need to do in the pre-charting before we open the chart, before we putting lines on the stocks and this all things? What are the things that we need to look at? So the very first thing that comes up is the broader texture of the market. We need to understand the broader texture of the market, how the market has been designed, how the market has been formed. So how the market has been designed, it is as like as our mark sheet. Okay, fine. Can you tell me that how many percentage you have scored in your, let's say, 10th standard? How many percentage you have scored in your 10th standard? In my case, it is a 60 percentage. How about you? Feel free to open up. I think I'm one of the science guy in our office. Is my question is clear to all? How, what percentage you have scored in your 10th standard? Okay, fine. Riza. So let's say in my case, it was like a 60 percentage. Nice, nice, Ajay. It was like a 60 percentage. Now 60 is just in one figure, but behind it, there are lots of mechanism happen. To score that particular 60 percentage or whatever the score that we have scored, we have given the multiple exams. In a 10th standard, I think bare minimum we have given the 6 exams. So there are the multiple exams that we have given up. There are the multiple subjects are there, right? Within the multiple subjects, there will be the chapters. And within the chapters, there will be some sorts of weightages assigned to it. right? And after doing this, all the mechanism, we score a one particular percentage. Similar way, if I just replicate this particular process towards our market, it goes into the same manner. So let's say right now the Nifty right now it is trading near to the 24,600, 700 or so. 24,600 we are trading around. But behind this particular single figure, 24,700 level, there are lots of things are there. There are multiple sectors. Within the multiple sectors, there are the multiple stocks. And within the multiple stock means within the stocks, they come with their weightages. How big the company is, larger the company, more the weightage it carries. So now, just to understand this particular thing, how the Nifty has been formed up. So the very first website that comes to my mind is the Nifty indices. It is created by NSE itself. It is a NSE's website. Within that, if I'm coming to the indices and looking at the Nifty 50, so here I will be having a kind of the picture, okay, how the Nifty has been formed. Let me just size it out. Well, okay, fine. So this is what my Nifty 50 is all about. Okay, in the Nifty 50, there are financial services sector, which has the 34 percentage of a weight, followed by the information technology, followed by the oil and gas sector, so and so forth. Right? Now, within the financial services, if I double click on this particular part, then I will come to know that who is having the highest weightages. So here I can say that okay, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, SBI, with their respective percentage, they are carrying some sorts of a weight. So it is just an understanding uh, behind the Nifty being at a 24,700 level. What are the things working behind it? So these are the little engines working behind it: financial services, information technology, so and so forth. Likewise, we can map each and everything. So let's say, for example, I wanted to understand about the mid cap stocks. So if I click on the mid cap stocks, so this is what going to be my understanding. This is what the composition of the mid cap stocks. In the mid cap stocks, capital goods are having the better weight than the information technology. So every sector has their own USPs. So once I understand the texture of the market, okay, how the market is in design, the very next thing that I wanted to understand is that okay, what is performing in the market. Is my financial services are doing well? Is my capital goods are doing well? Is my healthcare or automobile doing well? Is my FMCG is not doing well? So this particular understanding I need to gain. Have you heard about that particular thing? अमीर और अमीर होता जाता है, गरीब और गरीब होता जाता है. Rich will become a more richer and poor will become a more poorer. So this is the one particular saying that goes on. पैसा पैसे को खींचता है. Do you believe in this sorts of theories? Well, this is the what the essence of a momentum trading. In the momentum trading, what we means there are different kinds of the strategies are there. There is a momentum trading where we believe that this particular sector is moving and it can do further well in the coming days. So buy high, sell higher kind of thing. So we are trying to understand okay, what is gaining the momentum in the market, and based on that, we take a positions accordingly. There are various other theories are there, like mean reversion, the things which is written down, then prices are picking up the momentum. So we will club these two theories and try to understand our entire market universe, how the things is happening. So at this particular point, we little bit understood how the Nifty has been designed. What is the things working behind being the Nifty at a 26,700 level? There are various sectors along with their weightages are there. Next thing I need to understand that when the market moves, it is not so that everything is moving up. Or when the market falls, it is not so that everything is falling down. There are a certain kind of the aspects or stratas are doing well than the market, or there are certain kind of stratas which is not doing that much well. Let's say, for example, um, a Shakshi or Hemant, they have scored the 86% and 87 percentage in their school. Now, one person has scored the 86 percentage. It doesn't mean that Each and every subject has been scored at an 86. There will be some subjects where they have scored more than the 86. There will be some subjects they have scored lesser than the 86. But on an average, that is what an 86 number is all about. So in the meanwhile, we are having the market at a 26,700, 24,700 level. Market is doing well, but it is not true for each and every sector. Some of the sectors are doing very well at this particular time. Some of the sectors are not doing at that much well. So to understand the price momentum, there is a one particular website, and this is all the freely accessible websites that we have. So let's say I open a website which I normally refer. So that is the intraday screener, or yes, intraday screener is the one website. Over there, what I find is that it gives me the price performance of the particular sector. Okay, let's say from past couple of days or in a different time scales, which particular sectors are doing well. So being the medium term trader, I normally focus on the 30 days time frame. So let's say in the 30 days time frame, I see Nifty is IT is the one of the strongest performer. IT is the one of the strongest performer, followed by a construction, followed by a consumer durables, followed by the PSUs. So here I understand that in my past 30 trading sessions, these are the sectors normally did well. Then I try to find that okay, who are the consistent one. So IT, construction, consumer durable, PSU banks, financial services, they did well on the basis of the 30-day time scale. Once I click on the 7 days, so here I find that okay, construction is somewhat a very consistent sector. Consumer durable, IT, metals. Metals was not earlier list, but these particular sectors were consistent. They were under the 30, they were under the 7 days as well. If I look at the 1 day time frame, then again I find that okay, fine, construction, media, consumer durable, PSU bank were was under the 30 days, and today also it has started to pick up the momentum. So I find that okay, fine, 30 days before it is under the momentum, and today also it has started to pick some shots of a momentum in that. So then it gives me the idea, okay, what is the flavor of the market right now? So now at this particular point, well, establishedly, I can say that okay, fine, construction is under the momentum, IT is under the momentum, durable is under the momentum, PSU banks are under the momentum, which are not under the momentum right now. So here I can see energy, consumer goods, Nifty oil and gas, pharma. These particular sectors are not doing that much well. How about on the 7 days? So within the 7 days, I see this is what the media, energy, oil and gas, consumer goods. So again, this particular category coming at a lower side, not performing that much well. On a 1 day basis, again, you will see that metal, IT stocks, it is declined today, but that doesn't mean that it is not working. 1 day, there can be a little bit up and down, but 30 days, 7 days, they are giving us a little bit broader understanding. But here you see that energy, oil, consumer goods, they're consistently underperforming. So then now I can say that these are the outperformers and these are the underperformers. And being the trader, let's say as the underlying tone of the market is positive, so I know that where I need to be and where I should not be. I wanted to be within winners like a construction, like a consumer durables, like a PSU banks, because those particular stocks or sectors are doing comparatively well. So what we did actually, out of the entire universe of the market, we are scaling down ourselves to the one particular segments. Okay, now I'm not going to look at the metals at this particular point. Now I'm not going to look at an energy, oil and gas, or consumer goods at this particular point. My primarily focus will be under the construction, media, consumer durables, and PSU banks. And it is a very important activity because do you think that we just invest a money in the market? Is it so? Do we just invest money in the market? Yes, we don't just invest money in the market. We invest our time, we invest our energy as well. So the things need to be optimized. I can't analyze the entire market one by one, one by one, one by one. I need to prioritize myself. Okay, market tone is a positive, so I wanted to find some sorts of a buying opportunity where the real action is happening. Ideally, I should not waste my time to analyzing the energy stock at this particular point. I should not be wasting my time to analyze the, let's say, capital goods at this particular point, because they have not been the flavor of the market. When the flavor will come, I will be a little bit late. But being the retail trader, we need to be a follower rather than the leader in the market. But at this particular point, what is the flavor? Construction, IT, PSU banks, or consumer durables, they are the flavor. So my much of the times goes into it to understand and identify where the opportunity is emerging out. Right. So this is what my first step to do before we pre-charting. So this is what the thing that I need to do. Okay, what is the flavor of the market? So that is the first thing. Second thing, or one of the parallel approach is the seasonality as well. The seasonality is basically पटाखे दिवाली के टाइम पे ही फूटते हैं, right? There is some sorts of a period where there is a pent up demand. So already the demand is built upon in that particular time frame. So in the seasonality, earlier it was not in the domain of general or freely available websites. It was the paid features, but nowadays it has come into the public domain as well. So we can click the seasonality of any particular sector and stock with a couple of clicks. Now, what the seasonality is all about and where this particular data is available. So I take you to our very much famous website. I think everyone must have visited it. This is nothing but a money control. So this is the money control website, and at the top of it, you can see there is one feature called as a seasonality analysis, and this is a new feature. They have also tagged it. This is a new feature. Now, what this seasonality analysis does? So once I click on this, it gives me the data that how Nifty has performed in a respective month. So let's say we are having means on this particular website, they are capturing the data, let's say from 1999, and we are into the 2024. So almost there is a 25 years data is there, right? 25 years data is there. So in the 25 years, in which month consistently the stock means this particular index did well, and in which particular sector this means sector has been positive or negative, we get an idea from that. So now this is what my month, this is what my month-wise return, and at the bottom of it, it gives me the figure. So let's say we are into the December month, so you will not be able to see it because the data is quite wide. So the month and your number will not be able to visible at one screen. But this is what the 74%. This is the best month I can say. So what does this particular mean? 74%. What does that mean? So since 1999 till 2024, which is running till now, market has ended in the December month for the 74% of the time. Okay, just to check the visual checks, which is the next best number? Are you able to tell me? Which is the next best number as far as the seasonality is concerned? 74 is the most important number. Again, just to check your visuals, which is your next best number that comes in? Yeah. So that is the 73.8. Now, what is the 73.8 or in which month it comes in? So this is nothing but a July month. So I understand inherently looking at the past 25 years data for the market, December is the most important month, most positive month, followed by a July month. Now, can you tell me that which is the weakest month in the market? Which is the weakest month for the market as per the data? So it is going to be a January month, Jan month, because it is the 42.31, the number that we are able to see. If you analyze the market season as well, you will see that majority of the top of the market, we will see on the chart, majority of the top of the market that has formed, it has formed in the first calendar quarter, January, February, March. Majority of the top that has formed, it has formed in the January month itself. We will have a look on the chart as well. But this data gives me this kind of understanding. By seasonally looking at a 25 years data, which is the positive month, which is the negative month, and this helped me to it is in a one more additional layer of the confirmation for me. Technically, I am finding fine, and seasonality also it is giving me a fine understanding. Then I can move ahead with this. So this is the thing. Okay. Now the market has been split into the two part. The market has been split into the two part. One is the strategic indices and one is the sectoral indices. Now, what is the strategic indices? Strategic indices are formed based on the size of the company. So here it comes in large cap, mid cap, small cap, micro cap. So these all companies are like strategic indices. So top means as per the MFI, the top 100 companies are the large cap. From 100 to means 101 to 250, there is a mid cap. Below means a 250 to 500 small cap, and below 500, these are all the micro caps. We have the 750 total market cap as well. So this is what the strategic index is. It also pays to pay attention which particular strategic indices are also moving. Is my large cap are moving? Is my mid cap, small cap, or micro cap is moving or what? So here there is a limitation of this particular data on this Skinner website. So let's say if I look at a sector means a broad indexes data, so then it gives me the data for let's say 30 days. They are having the lesser number of data, but then we do need to do some sorts of other jugaad to find the information. And here comes one another website. I will share this all link with you all. So let's say this is what Tijori Finance a link I share, where I get the understanding about the very niche data, the niche sector, how the things are performing. Meanwhile, I will keep on sharing this all links with you. You can bookmark it for your reference in the future. Now, this is what a Tijori Finance a website, again, a freely available website to us. It shows me the headline indices, that is a Nifty, Nifty Next 50, mid cap, small cap, and micro cap. And I have the percentage return. So based on the 1 month, 1 week, and 1 day, who is outperforming or underperforming. So let's say today, if I have to pay attention, I can understand this. My Nifty ended on the negative side, that is a 0.4 percentage. But whereas my Nifty Next 50 is 0.3 percentage up, Nifty mid cap is 0.7 percentage up, Nifty micro cap is 0.8 percentage up. So somewhere, somewhat, little bit understanding is that today micro cap and mid cap outperformed, but it is just in a 1 day data. Lower the time frame, more the voice or more the noise that we have. But if I'm looking at in 1 week data, so here I understand the 0.2% is my weekly gain, but this is what my small cap, mid cap, and micro cap is doing well. On a monthly basis, I understand that except the Nifty 50, which is what just a 5%, but whereas other performance I see, micro cap has outperformed double, small cap has been a 9%. So here, the one thing that is getting clear is that these are the kind of the stocks, these are the kind of the sectors are moving well. So Nifty 50, okay, fine. It is not that much great momentum, but the small cap and micro cap, they are into the good momentum so far. It is in a one side of the equation, what particular things is moving. So once I understand this, okay, fine, my micro cap stocks are doing well, my micro cap or small cap stocks are doing well, then I wanted to understand that which particular sector is doing well. So is my pharma doing well, IT doing well, energy doing well, or CPSC, metal, what kind of the sector is doing well? So once I figure out that particular thing, then I come to the stock specific ideas. To find these are the particular stocks are normally doing well. So this is what the journey out of the entire market universe. I'm just trying to slicing myself or trying to focus on that. Okay, what is the flavor of the market? So in a one end, I understand this particular in a strategic, these are the performing. On the sectoral side, I understand that okay, fine, IT is doing fine, PSU bank is doing fine, realty is doing fine. So then I can do the some sorts of crisscrossing in which are the particular stocks are there and how I can identify the things. Now, let's say, for example, I focus on the small cap 250 stocks. Now, within the small cap 250 stocks, which are the IT companies? Which are the realty companies? We may not have those all the names on the top, but we can download the data. So let's say I come to the Nifty indices, and as I understand, Nifty small cap or micro cap are in momentum. But let's, for example, we take the Nifty small cap 250 stocks. So I just clicked on the Nifty small cap 250, and I understand that realty stocks are doing well. Realty or construction stocks are doing well. So then here I find the construction stocks, which is having the 4%, or realty stock, which is having the 2.6% weightage over there. So then I understand these are the companies' names are there, which are into the momentum. Brigade, Anandraj, Soba, Raymond, DB Reality, and these all particular stocks. Now here my technical charts works comes in. I can do one more thing, one more understanding from the sectoral perspective. Let's say, for example, Brigade is there. I can individually check that how the brigade's performance has been. What is the strongest month and what is the weakest month for the brigade or any stock. So in a seasonality, I come and let's say I put the brigade. So this is what the brigade enterprises. I get a data of the brigade enterprises. I think this data is good enough, 2008 till date. Normally, I prefer the data more than the 10 years kind of thing. So that gives me the good understanding. So yes, now here there is not that much outlier month. Means here I can understand that April month is normally the very good month for it. November month is normally a good for it. Means above the 70%, I take it as a positive month. Below the 40%, I consider it as a negative month. Here I understand February month is the one of the weakest month for it. Now from the seasonality perspective, it is not giving me that much kind of the anchorage which are going to stop. In a seasonality, you can see it the other way around. Okay, let's say I don't want to find the stock by stock, okay, how the brigade has been performing in the December month or how other stocks are performing well. But let's say I just wanted to understand that okay, which are the mid cap stocks or which are the small cap companies in the December month they are doing well. So then there is also an option for that. That is a scan stocks. So once I click on the scan stocks, I choose my universe based on the price performance. I see that okay, everything except the Nifty 50, everything is moving. So let's say I come to the Nifty mid cap 150. So this is a Nifty mid cap 150. I'm clicking, and this is what the December month that I'm there. And underlying tone for the market is positive. So I am looking for the bullish setup. So I can see that Kalyan Jewelers, or Bharti Hexacom, it has a 100% ratio. But the thing is that focus on the total year as well. The total year is just a one. So at least you have to have the more than 10 years kind of a data to understand. Okay, fine. There is some sort of momentum. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 6 years. History will be very much limited to uh, paint the picture. So at least more than 10 years, 8 years, 10 years, the data point has to be there. So yes, there are the 100% success ratio, but the observation or sample size is very much less. So I'm not focusing on that. I can reverse the thing. Now let's say these are the particular stocks within the mid cap space. Fact, fertilizer and chemical Travancore. It is having the history of 25 years. Now, out of the 25 years, 22 times it has ended on a positive note in the December month. So that is what an 88% of the time in past 25 years, fact has ended on the positive note. Maximum change was a 155 percentage, minimum change was a 1%, and average percentage change was the 19% on the positive side. There is a Supreme Industries, there is a Steel Authority, there is a Scalper India, there is a Indian Hotel, UPL, which has a very good success ratio as such. Federal Bank, Sundaram Finance, Honeywell, this all particular stocks normally above the 70% I will prefer. So I got a kind of the company list normally which are the stock sectors normally do well in the December month. This particular, so I got a list. These are the particular things where I need to look at the charting side. Now, if I take you to the fact a chart, so it is not so that I am just randomly picking some shots of the stocks and I am doing the analysis on that. There are a certain kind of thought processes work behind it. Based on the seasonality, this particular stock has consistently did well, and because of that, I am looking at the things. So then our charting will start. So what I was trying to say is that the technical analysis is not about the thing. You open just a chart and you put up the trend lines like here and there, and you make your review. There are lots of things behind the chart as well. So one of the aspect that I normally look at is a pre-charting. In a pre-charting, based on the price performance, looking at the flavor of the market, that is the first thing. And then the second thing is the seasonality. Combining these two things gives me the idea कि what are the stocks to look at primarily. Not necessarily कि fact पे मेरा कोई buy का view बनेगा ही बनेगा. I will check its technicals. If it finds a well, then of course it will become a trade for me. If it is not, then I'm not going to trade into that. But this is what my uh, observations or number of the stocks comes into my radar where I'm going to focus upon the things. Yes. Any questions so far? Because it was just in the first aspect of our presentation that before the chart, what are the things that we need to look at? So this is something I call as a pre-charting. So within the pre-charting, there are also things like strength analysis, and there are many other things are there. But we will see one by one, not everything in one go. No questions so far? Okay. Jay says that, can you please explain again how did you select a stock from the scan stocks? Sure. There is an options over there, means on the right hand side. Let me come again. So let's say this is what my money control website. Fine. Over there, this is what my seasonality. Any stock in your mind you want to check up. Okay, what is the means any one particular stock that you are interested into it. Okay, what is the seasonality of this particular stock? You can go over here. So that is what by default page will get open up, and you put your stock over there. Means let's say for example, I put a Reliance. So whatever the Reliance names are there, it will come up. So this is what the stock in my mind I put up, and I come to know that this is what the seasonality of the Reliance since the past 20-24 years. 68 month is one of the good month. This particular month as well. September month is also a good month for it. One of the weakest month for this particular stock I see is the February. So this is what the stock that I wanted to see. Now the thing in other way around. I don't want to put the stock by stock, name by name, but I just wanted to have the list in this particular month, which are the sectors doing well. So at the right hand side of it, you see that there is a scan stock option is there, right? So you just click on the scan stocks. You choose your universe. You choose your index, and this index is quite wide actually. So for example, let's say कि consumer durables, the one particular sector that we were looking at, कि consumer durable आपका यहाँ पे अच्छा कर रहा है on the 30 days or on the 7 days time scale. This particular sectors is doing well, construction stocks are normally doing well, then you can see the things on the stock wise as well. So let's say, for example, I'm interested to see the realty stocks or construction stocks are doing well, but seasonally, which are the stocks which are more preferred or which has the kind of a consistency to perform well into the December month. So I can choose accordingly. So let's say I come to the Nifty realty space. So Nifty realty space that I come into it, then here I get an idea. Macro tech developer 75%, but my observation is very much less. It is just a 4%. Raymond, out of 25 years, 17 times it has or it has ended on the positive side. So this is what the 68%. So for the DLF, so for the entire sector, you will get this particular data. Who has normally performed better in this particular month? Consumer durables were there, right? The another pack. So come to the consumer durable and check as per your preferences. You will get all the things based on the Nifty indices that has been created. consumer durables. So once I click on the consumer durables, so then this is what the history. If I just put the number in the order term, so Bata 72% of the time it has added more positive in this month. Titan 68%, Voltas 64% also. But based on this data, I should not influence. This particular data cannot be the driving factor. If Bata is showing me the positive number in this particular month, then I am straightforward going to buy this particular stock. So then it will be a mess. This should not be the ideal approach. Now, out of this entire data, I understand that this is what the historically they are well supported. But unless and until if my technical chart is not showing me a improvement or a strength, then I'm not going to be a trade over there. So the things has to be club. कि आपका seasonality and आपका technical chart, when both the things are harping on the same tone, then it makes a sense. But just based on the data, we should not get carried away. Fine. Okay. So it was the first piece of puzzle how we are analyzing the means before we start our charting, what are the things to look at? Great. Now here the things comes as a charting side. Now here the technical part starts. Here, when we are looking at a chart, what are the things to look at? And as I say that means I am seeing the mixed couple of means based on the feedback I have received that there are very basic students as well or basic person means those who are attending the sessions, they are having the very basic knowledge, and there are some sorts of advanced knowledge as well. But let me start with a bit of the basic side, what the chart is all about, and what is the technical analysis as such. So, what the chart is all about. So, I can put a one simple analogy for applying the loan. So, let's say I'm in need of money and I wanted to apply for the loan. What is the primary document that I require? I'm going to bank to ask a loan from them. What is the primary document? Please don't get into Aadhaar card and PAN card. These are important document, but there are more important document than that, which determines that कि loan देना है कि नहीं देना है. ITR, bank statement, uh, civil score, maybe yes, Gopinath, Devang, income proof, yes, bank statement, income proof. It will get reflected into my bank statement. I need to give my bank statement to them. They will analyze my bank statement, and based on that they will sanction the loan whatever the things fit to them. Bank statement is nothing but the inflow and outflow of money, right? And based on that they determine कि हाँ, here we find some sorts of soundness, so we can give we can give or not to give the loan to this particular guy. Same way, chart is a nothing but the pictorial record of entire transactions. Like your personal passbook, uh, TCS has its own personal transaction history. You buy a one share, 10 share, 1,000 shares, each and everything gets recorded on the chart. So let's say the one chart, if I have to put in front of you, so TradingView is another one very popular website which we normally use. So this particular data which is in front of your eye, it shows the data of past, let's say 20 years, how the things has happened in this particular stock from past 20 years. So I can say that it is in a pictorial record of entire trading history, and this is what a chart is all about, right? This is what a chart is all about. Now within the chart there are different elements are there. I think a majority of us are aware of this means in my school, I got introduced to the statistics in a ninth standard, where we used to have the green color graph book, where we used to draw the x-axis and y-axis. So, which this particular thing we all know. But one more thing that we need to understand is that there are a different kind of a scale as well. There is a log scale and there is a linear scale as well. So basically, whatever the charts that we are seeing, one thing is the how the price momentums are getting recorded. So through the candles, through the line, it gets recorded. We will get into the little bit detail of what the candlesticks is all about. And then there are time intervals as well. We have the different kinds of trading style. Means let's say in a cricket, we have the three formats: T20, one day, and test match. Similar way in the trading as well, we have the different formats like intraday trading, swing and positional trading, and investment kind of thing. So each and every trader uses the different time frame which suits to their personality or which suits to their trading style. So we have the intraday chart, the how the things is happening on the 5 minute, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. We have the EOD charts. EOD chart is nothing but the calendar intervals, daily, monthly, weekly, quarterly. So based on different time frames, we have the different charts over there. Me being the swing and positional trader, I majorly focus on the monthly chart and weekly chart. So in this session also, we are going to talk a lot on the monthly chart and weekly chart. We are not going to get into the intraday chart very fast, right? Another aspect of the thing is that key scale. Scale is a very much important element and which is highly ignored. I show you a chart. So let's say, for example, I show you the chart of Idea Cellular. Now, this is the one chart is there. Now, in this chart, one can very clearly see that how the prices has moved. Means when it has moved up, when it has come down, one can see it very easily. So let's say this is what the prices went up, it has came down, then again it has went up, again it has came down, went up, came down, so and so forth. One is able to see the things very clearly. Now this is a one form of chart. Same chart, same time frame, same stock. If I just remove the logarithmic from it, logarithmic I am getting at the right bottom corner. That is what an hexagon kind of sign is there. And if I uncheck it, so this is how the charts looks like. Now, can you tell me that okay, which was the better in the visuals? Was my earlier chart was better, or is this chart is better to visualize the chart or price momentum? Earlier was comparatively better, right? Because over there, the upside momentum, downside momentum that you were able to see a little bit within zooming effect. But here it looks like that there was nothing moved. The prices has just straightforward traded in a range. So my logarithmic chart plays a very important role. Many of the time I see that uh, because at Finland Academy we share our insights with the students. So over there they just analyze the chart, irrespective of that whether it is a logarithmic chart and a linear chart. And your chart, your analysis will get a change if you are on the different scale. So here preferred scale is the logarithmic scale. Now, what is the difference between the logarithmic and linear? Why the same stock, same chart, same time frame looks different? Because linear is based on the absolute price movement. Now, let's say one stock is there which has moved from 10 rupees to 20 rupees. So it has moved up by 10 rupees. Thereafterwards, prices has moved up a lot. It was at 100 rupees and then it has went to from 100 rupees to 110. So linear chart will not recognize that stock price how much it has moved. It will give the same space. Whatever the new candle is going to get a form, it is going to occupy some sorts of a space in the chart, right? So stock 10 ka 20 hua, it is going to have the same space. The stock moved from 100 to 110, it is also going to have the same space. Candles की size same ही होगी because in both the cases the stock is moved up by 10 percentage. But from the absolute, from the percentage perspective, it is completely different. The stock moving from 10 to 20 is 100% rise, whereas stock moving from 100 to 110, it is just a 10% rise. So this particular things gets fixed by a logarithmic chart. It will give the 100% means it will give the sizable space to the stock where there is a 100% move is happening. It will not give the same space to the chart. So logarithmic chart is the one which ideally we should prefer to do our chart analysis. So this is a brief about the basics of the chart. Now let's come to the very interesting part now, that is the technical analysis. And before we come to the technical analysis, we need to understand the premises of technical analysis, on what basis the technical analysis has stood upon. The very first thing is that the method of evaluating the exchange listed securities. So the companies which is listed on the exchange, we can do the technical analysis on that. However, there will be some sorts of exceptions, like a newly IPO listed companies, we may not be able to do the analysis. At least 6 months, 1 year kind of the time frame we require to make some sorts of analysis on that. And the second part is very much important: studying the past price movement. Studying the past price movement, right? I can say that in 2 days interaction that we are going to have with each other, one thing if you have to carry with you, so this is the thing: studying the past price action. Because we don't, we are having the years of data, means let's say 20 years, 25 years data that we are having, but we don't know that what is going to happen next. कि कल के दिन में क्या होगा, परसों के दिन में क्या होगा, we are not going to know the best. So the thing is that कि more we know about the past, the better we are prepared for the future. Now, just to give you a very loose example, actually, I think, yes, we are sitting in the month of December, right? Can you tell me that what is going to be a temperature in a May 2025? Any guess? In a May month, what is going to be a temperature? Of course, in our environment. Means, I think right now we will be having a 30-32 degree kind of. In a May month, हमारा एटमोसफियर का टेम्परेचर क्या रहना चाहिए, right? 35, 40. Yes. So basically you are having some sorts of answer to that. तो ये आपने भविष्यवाणी कैसे की? You are sitting in the month of December, but you are predicting something that is there 5 months ahead. आपने 5 महीने आगे की आपने भविष्यवाणी की हुई है, वो कैसे की आपने? Yes, देवांग, रितेश. Yes, Bharat, we can also see that particular thing. So basically, we have lived those seasons for the number of years. We have the past data, right? Based on the past data, we are analyzing something. This is what going to happen. It is a very small thing, but the life's biggest number of the things happens on the same basis. Means, let's say, for example, if I have to give my example, means I got married 10 years ago. It was an arranged marriage. When our family was looking for a girl, or girl's family was looking for a boy or groom, there was in one particular there was in one particular term that used very widely. That was background. लड़के का background क्या है, खानदान का background क्या है. And based on the historical things, we look forward for our lifetime thing, right? So from the very small things to the very biggest decisions of our life, we look at the history only. And then we try to envisage something for the future. This is how the things is going to happen. So based on that, there was one particular philosopher who gave this particular quote. Let me know how you go with this. Do you buy this particular statement or no? The more you know about the past, the better you are prepared for the future. We always take the decisions which is in the future, but the base of the decisions are the experiences, and experiences are into the past. So the more we know about the past, the better we are prepared for the future. Now, when the chart is in front of you, what you are going to look at? What you are going to look at when the chart is in front of you? I can say that this is my USP, or my different insight on the chart which I have gained over the period of time. Why so? Because I look myself as a buyer in the market. I am always looking as a buyer. Means majority of the time I look forward for the buy opportunity. And being the buyer, I wanted to know that what can be the ideal entry point. To identify the entry point, what I normally do is that in a history, whenever any kind of the fall happened, I just try to pay attention to by what percentage the prices has fallen. Let's have an example on this. Let's say, for example, I open one chart. Let's say MFSL, Max Financial Services Limited. It is an insurance company, right? And this is what a monthly data that I'm having. Okay, this is what a monthly data that I'm having. What I'm going to do now is that Okay, I'm just trying to understand that okay, which are my major fall happened, which are the major falls in this particular chart. So here I can say that okay, this is the time where the prices has fall very substantially on the low side. Then this is the another, okay fine, this is the overlapping. Then this is the another fall that I had. This is the another fall that I had. This is another fall that I had. Couple of falls are there. And then this is another fall that I had. This is another fall that I had. So when the chart is in front of me on the higher time frame, I just pay attention that okay, where and how much fall happened. And then what I do is that okay, I calculate from high to low, how much by what percentage the stock has come down. And to do this, I don't require any kind of the pen and paper or calculator. I don't require anything. It is an inbuilt tool in the trading view. So on the right hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the session is not just for the 2 hours. It means down the line, if you find any sorts of a difficulty, you can feel free to approach me. So let's say here I'm showing you the tools. If you are able to do it along with me, it is fine. If you are attending on the mobile and not able to do so, and later, if you have any kind of query, doubt, please feel free to get back to me. Right. So now these are all the falls are there. So let's say this is what the one fall happened from top to bottom. It was like a 70% fall happened. Okay, fine. Then this is another fall happened over here. Okay, fine. This is what a 48% kind of the fall happened. Then here one more fall happened from this particular point to this particular point. There is some sorts of a 40. Here you need to pay attention to the value which is in bracket, right? So in a bracket, it shows that from this top to this particular bottom, the stock has fallen down by 46%. Now this particular prices has come down over here. So this is what a 47% kind of a correction happened over here. Again, the prices has formed from this particular point, and it was like a 53% kind of a fall that has happened. And again, over here, the price has fallen, and this is what the declining momentum that we are going to see. Now, are you able to observe something? Means this is what the extreme bottom from where the actually the stock prices started to pick up the momentum. So now, are you able to see something? Is there any sorts of a harmony in that? What do you observe from this particular fall, and how do you read it? या फिर ये fall हो जाने के बाद में what the thing happened later? So these are the values that you need to focus upon. Do you find any sorts of a rhythm in this? Yes, Jay, Ritesh, nice. 48 percentage, 47 percentage, 48 percentage, 53 percentage, 46 percentage. Mota moti, 50 percentage plus minus 5% you can do. So you can get the entire thing. And this thing is not a new thing. This thing keeps on happening from the year 2009. And we are into 2024. So almost 16 years data is there. From the 16 years, this is the one thing which keeps on happening again and again, again and again. Now let's assume down the line when it will happen, never know. Down the line, 2025, 26, 27, kab hoga, never know on this. We never know. But this stock fell by a 45%. What will be your thought on this particular stock? कब होगा पता नहीं, लेकिन जब भी होता है 45% जितना नीचे गिर जाता है, what will be your thought on this particular stock? Fundamentally, we normally look for na कि valued stock, the cheap stock. So yes, so it will be a mocha like kind of thing. So there will be a good chance that it can rebound later on. The things can rebound afterwards. So this is what my margin of safety in a technical way. Margin of safety is basically the fundamental term कि जहां पे आपका रिस्क कम है और रिवार्ड का पोटेंशियल ज्यादा होगा. So I don't say that okay, with this particular approach we will make a money, but if you're losing it, you will lose comparatively less than the other guys, because you are buying it after a certain amount of the pain, means after the decent pain you are buying it, and then afterwards you are building up the things. And of course, this is not a recurring thing. In each and every stock, you will not find such kind of a harmony. If you analyze 10 stock, 20 means 10 stocks, 15 stocks, hardly you will find a one or two stocks over there. But then it pays off. Okay, then there is some sorts of a rhythm that you have identified, and you are placing yourself at the right time. Now, let's say, for example, let me check your visuals now. I am coming to the ICICI Bank right now. Okay? I think fine. Normally I take a point from where the very big momentum has started. So let's say for me, this is what a point where actually the big momentum has started. Means year 2008, where the global financial crisis was there, and from there afterwards, prices has picked up the momentum substantially higher. Can you tell me that how many falls this particular stock has from this particular point? Let's say the right side of a vertical line that I put up. Means यहाँ से you can roll your eyeball and can you tell me that big fall, not छोटे छोटे से falls. Ignore the small falls, but how many big falls the stock has gone through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? Just a moment. This is a ICICI Bank chart, monthly chart. Just a moment. I'm just trying to figure out my chat box, where the chat box go on. Meanwhile, you keep on analyzing and tell me that how many falls are there. Just a moment, I can figure out where the chat box went. Is this? Okay, fine. There are different answers are there. 2015, 2020, 4 falls, 5 falls, 5 falls. Okay, fine. Nice. It's good that you took the efforts. Nice. Good to see this. The big fall, if I say, there are the 3 falls to me. One fall is this one fall is this much, and one fall is this much. This fall I'm ignoring because this fall comes within my prior fall. So I don't take such kind of falls, which is a part of my previous falls. And then there are no much big falls that has happened. Now, if I measure that particular thing, so let's say this is what my high to low. So here 49% kind of the fall I am saying. Now then this is another fall that I have seen. So let's say this is what my 52% kind of the fall. This is what my third fall during the COVID time that happened. This is what the 50% fall. There is some sorts of a consistency. The big fall that happens and the stock prices are means falling down by a certain percentage, and then there is a very strong rebound is happening. Looks interesting to you? Means whenever I see such kind of rhythm, I really get away, means carried away. How such kind of rhythm or consistency that they are following, the decency in the fall. Now, these are all the historical examples. The things are into the hindsight. But of course, what are the things happening in the current context makes a good means those are the important ones, right? So now I understand this. My PSU banks are doing well. My PSU bank stocks are into the very strong positive momentum. So I was analyzing some sorts of stocks over there, and I find some sorts of opportunity. Let's say, for example, the stock is like a Union Bank. This is the Union Bank chart is all about, right? COVID low that has happened. Normally, what I do is that whenever I wanted to analyze the weekly chart, I started with my 2020 low because that was the lowest point that we have seen, and from that we have seen a very structural upside momentum. And when I'm looking at a monthly chart, I normally refer to a 2008 low because that was the biggest fall at that period of time happened, and prices has moved up. Now, let's say this is what my Union Bank is all about, right? Union Bank in this particular since the 2020 prices has moved up, but there are the intermediate falls happened. So let's say this is what my first fall was there. This is what my second fall. This is what my third fall, and then this is what my fourth fall is all about. Okay, so this is what the major falls that I'm able to see in this particular chart. My job is the same. I wanted to analyze by whenever it has fallen, by what percentage the prices has fallen. So let's say this was my high and this was my low point. This is what my high, this is what my low point. This is what my high, this is what my low point. Okay. Do you find any means in this particular span, 3 to 4 years, what kind of are you able to see some sorts of a rhythm is happening in that? Yes, Riza. How about other participants? Yes. Now, next time, let's say this particular stock falls down by 35%. In this particular 3 to 4 years, I have been seeing whenever the stock prices are falling, it is creating some sorts of a upward momentum. Now, let's say this is what also the one another fall that happened. This is what the another fall that happened, right? The prices has come down and it is picking up the momentum. So if I measure the same fall, so this is what my high point and this is what my low point. The high to my low point. So prices are over here. It is now earlier chart that we have talked about. These are all the historical charts. Means so MFSL chart that we have discussed, ICICI Bank that we have discussed. These are all the historical charts. This is the Union Bank chart. The something which is happening recently, and from past 4 years, I have been seeing that okay, there has been certain kind of the consistently fall is there. Now, once the stock prices is 36% come down and it is started to showing me some sorts of sign, then there is something to look into it. This is the first aspect. The second aspect is that you are already witnessing some sorts of a traction in a PSU band. So let's say if I take you to the earlier chart that we have discussed upon, so let's say from past 30 days, what are the stocks are moving. So here you see that the PSU banks are into the momentum. So top five, it is in that order. In my 7 days, it is not there. It has witnessed some sort of profit booking. And today, again, it has started to find some sorts of traction. So this particular stocks today was up by, I think, 0.5% or so. In a 90-day scale, if I have to look at an enlarged way, so yes, the PSU banks has been doing not in the top, but yes, it has performed on the positive side. So PSU Bank from the 30 days and from today, it has started to find some sorts of attraction. So then it makes a sense for me to pay attention on this particular stock. Okay, what are the things is happening? Again, it is in a one another piece of puzzle. You are going to look at the charts as means you are going to look at the other charts as well. Means you are going to deploy the moving average, trend line. This all things comes later, but these are what the step-by-step things that we are looking at. So when the chart is in front of me, the very first thing that I normally look at is the how the prices are behaving. Means whenever what kind of the percentage falls and afterwards how it resumes. Wanted to see one more real example, real time example. Okay. So Union Bank Keep your stock under radar. And again, it is not a recommendation from our side, but from the educational perspective, this is what the forward-looking examples that we are evaluating. Now, the one another stock that we are seeing is consumer durable. Consumer durable in a recent time, it is doing well. So let's say key in my 30 days time scale, it was up by 10%. In my 7 days time scale, it is up by 3%. In my 1 day time scale, it is up by 0.5%. So across the time frame, this particular stock is doing well. The stock prices are doing completely consumer durable stocks. Uh, if you want to have the name of this particular stock, if you click on the histogram, then also you will get the list of it. These are what the potential list that you are getting. Dixon, Orient, Amber, Blue Star, these are all the stocks doing in this particular way. I was analyzing the menu of the chart, and some of the stock I find some sorts of a sign. Okay, yes, this is what not the too much flavor of the market, but yes, it is giving me some sorts of a safety. It is giving me some sorts of a rhythm in the fall. Now let me look at the Whirlpool, one stock that we are going to analyze now. Fine, this is what a Whirlpool India chart is all about. My always analysis starts on the monthly time frame. Now I'm just doing the drawing. You are going to observe and you are going to give the interpretation of it, okay, how this particular things looks like. So here I am just trying to analyze the data from year 2010. So I try to look at as much as into the history, because more we know about the past, the better we are prepared for the future. Normally, what happens when in a short term means in a trading, we are very much concerned about this particular developments. We overlook the history, but more we know about the past, the better we are prepared for this particular thing. Now, be with me. I'm just doing this exercise very quickly for you. Here, it is a little bit different variant. Adjusting the COVID low because it was just touch and go, or you can consider it as an outlier as well. Now roll your eyeball and can you tell me something in this? Okay, what kind of the thing happened in this particular stock? Sorry if the chart looks little bit, I don't know how your visuals at your side. Quickly glance your, means roll your eyeball on this chart and let me know. It is a little bit of a different variant. I just wanted to see how you are catching that difference. I normally ask the lots of questions because it gives me the break to drink a water. Yes, anyone so far? Nice, Ajay. Not not two, Ajay. If you can see properly, it will be a three. Can you see that, Ajay? There are not two, there are three of 57. Okay, so uh, yes, you can search. Now, in this particular chart, as I said, it is of a different variant. Every chart will not have the consistency always the same time. There will be a bigger correction, there will be a shorter correction. But can I do a little bit different bracketing in this, or creating some sorts of a bucket? Whenever there is a large correction happened, can you tell me that whenever there is a large correction happened, by what percentage the stock has fallen? Yes, Ritesh, nice. So whenever the large correction happens, so it was like a 57 percentage, 56 percentage, and here Ajay is for you, that is what a 56 percentage over here. The large correction from this means, let's say since 2021 till 2023. So 2 to 3 years, it has been under the pain, and this is what my 57 percentage. So 57, 57, 57 percentage pain happened. So that was my larger bracket. The smaller falls. So it was like a 32 percentage, 34 percentage, 32 percentage, 31 percentage kind of thing, right? Now there is one more fall over here. There is one more fall over here that happened. So this is what my high and this is what my low level is all about. Little bit here and there, but this is what my price data is all about. So I don't know whether this stock will work or whether it will move up or no. But one thing that I know is that if I get wrong, I will get wrong by minimal point. But then these are the certain kind of the areas where I need to take a risk, because I'm entering in that particular stock after some sorts of a pain, after the fall which has been there for the couple of years, or maybe I start my accumulating the thing in a different skills. कि थोड़ी quantity अभी buy करूंगा, थोड़ा सा नीचे आएगा तो मैं इसको add करते जाऊंगा in a similar kind of thing. But this particular things gives me the good insight. Here I am entering at a certain point where the good amount of the pain happened, right? So these are the couple of real and forward-looking examples that we had. So we can track these particular stocks in the coming month. You can personally also track this particular stock and see how the things are unfolding based on this particular theory. So we have looked at the historical ones as well, and we are talking about the current one as well. So we can really connect ourselves with the stock analysis and development. The things are happening, but this is what the process that we follow. Now the Whirlpool, out of the entire universe, why we are talking about the Whirlpool? Because Whirlpool comes under the consumer durables. Consumer durable is a segment which is performing from past 30 days, 7 days, and today as well. So this particular pack is in the flavor of the market. There are many stocks which has outperformed it. Means let's say Voltas, Dixon, and this all things has did well, but this particular stock has not did well that much. But I understand from the price wise correction, this is what the declining momentum is happening, and now the prices started to find some sorts of a traction in that. So this is what comes under our radar, and this is how our process has been. So this was the another chapter to look at. You may look at the seasonality as well, but the seasonality many of the time support you and doesn't support you. Means if you have the 5 parameters, if I get it right on the 3 to 4 parameters, then I will go ahead with it. Not necessary every time I wanted to have the confirmation from the price action and from the seasonality side. But if the seasonality is also there, then there is another thing to look at. Right. Now let's open the next chart. These are the, I think, couple of 4 to 5 examples that we take on this particular theory. I call it as an intensity of fall. So have the fun of looking at the chart. When the fall happens, try to measure it. Or not in all the cases, but in some cases you will find it a lot. Means you will close it a lot. If you want to have the theory on this particular part, I have my LinkedIn profile where I promote the Finland Academy, our system concern. So you will find the plenty of examples over there. So if you want to have such kind of and in our social India, in our social handle, we keep on means let's say the recent chart that we have discussed right now. So then there are a certain kind of the charts that I have created. Let's say this is what a Whirlpool. So larger correction. So it is like a 55 to 57%. It has happened 3 times. Then there is an intermediate correction, 30 to 35%. It is what a 6% kind of thing. Then there are lots of other stuffs that you will able to find. So I just shared this particular link with you all. So if you interested to look at the different case studies, so rather than taking a time over here, you can refer these case studies at your time. Just a moment. As the screen are two screen are different, so a little bit struggling with the chat option. It's chat option. Just a moment. Then we move forward with another thing, that is the support and narrations, the heart of a technical analysis, we can say, right? So studying the past price movement. So the more we know about the past, the better we are prepared for the future. Looking at the other premises of the market, technical analysis is all about the probabilities, not the absoluteness. Now, the technical analysis is not a science actually. We call it as a kind of soft science, where we need to think in terms of a probability. Now, this second premises of technical analysis is not a technical thing. I believe that this is a soft skill as a trader or being in the market that we need to have. We need to think in terms of a probability because there are lots of uncontrollable parts in the market. The market, the equations of the market keeps on moving here and there. So you can't harmonize these all things. So in our hand, all we have is to have the probability in our favor, or we need to do our due diligence. But by doing some sorts of precise analysis, you can't be on the point that you can say that now this stock has to move up. It may move up, it may not move up. So far, I have shared some sorts of successful stories as well. So maybe in the later part or in the tomorrow sessions, we will look at the unsuccessful stories as well, where the things has not worked that much. So it will give us a certain kind of balancing thing. It is not a holy grail. The things gets wrong as well. When the texture of the market changes, the things go wrong as well. So we need to go with our risk. Means we have to define our risk, and then only we have to approach the market or particular stock setups. We use the price chart in other tools to identify the trends and patterns. So this is what one pattern, the intensity of the fall that I say. Here we are just trying to analyze the thing, forecast the demand and supply, and I think you already did it. कि यूनियन बैंक में probably क्या होना चाहिए, वर्लपूल में क्या होना चाहिए, based on the things, the way the history is unfolded. So we just try to extrapolate whatever the things that we have learned into the past. History repeats itself. If the history is not repeating, then there is no meaning to studying this all the price charts. As it is repeating, as it is giving us some sorts of clues, then it makes a sense to study the past. Market discounts everything. So whatever the things happens in the market react to that particular situations very, very immediately. So yes, the market reacts to that particular situation very immediately. Means we have seen that when the any sorts of corporate announcements are happening or any kind of the government announcements are happening during the time of a budget, we literally see that when the finance minister is talking about the textile stocks, a textile sector, there is some sorts of a very huge momentum happens in the textile stocks. When that topic is over on the textile stock and then they are moving towards a real estate, we literally see that the textile stocks momentum has been a little bit dull and the momentum has started to find attraction in the realty space. So as the words goes out, the market try to reflect on those particular things. So market is a very instant mechanism. Whatever things happens, it happens very immediately on the spot. Right? Now, the heart of a technical analysis that we are going to talk about, I call means I have the two approach, vertical approach and horizontal approach. Whatever the things that we were discussing right now, it was partially the vertical approach. It was like reading the address. Why we have been talking about the Whirlpool and consumer durables? Because there has been some sorts of a momentum in it. The vertical approach is all about finding the universe or finding the very small strata of the market where we need to work upon. So basically what we do is that if we form a view on the market from the seasonality perspective, 74% of the time in the December month, market has ended on the positive side. So that is the first thing. Technically, I will also share once we talk about the charts. So technically also it is looking fine up to the one particular level. Then I was having my view on the market. As the market tone is positive, which are the sectors are doing well. So within that particular sectors, what are the stocks where I find some sorts of a price understanding? So this were the links, price performance, and whatever the things that we have talked about. Ratio chart we will come a little bit later. Now, once I understand that, okay, fine, consumer durables are doing fine. I am tracking the stock of, let's say, Voltas. I am tracking the stock of a Whirlpool. So on that particular stock, what I need to do? I can do one more thing. Let's say in the consumer durables, I can come and find the seasonality over here. So consumer durables are doing well. Then let me see which are the stocks normally do well in this particular segment in a December month. The half month has gone by. So scan stock, and let's say this is what my consumer durable. BSE has the wider history. Consumer means Nifty durable stock has recently formed. But let me see in BSE stocks. So BSE consumer durable space. So if I see the price performance, so Havels, let's say कि 72% of the time it is anti-positive. Voltas, it is 64%. So now I know that which are the stocks to start with. Havels पे मैं analysis करूंगा, Voltas पे मैं analysis करूंगा. Then I will be seeing that technically what are the stocks are looking good or no, and based on that I take a call. But I know that now these are the particular stocks that I need to look at. So this is what my vertical approach. Once I understand that, okay, fine, let's say Voltas is there, I wanted to analyze this particular stock. Then how I navigate myself on the chart. So here my multiple approach comes in. The multiple analysis, multiple time frame analysis. Now, what the multiple time frame analysis is there, and what the process in that we normally follow. Can you tell me, हम में से किसी ने रास्ते पे से शॉपिंग की हुई है? Have you buy something on the street? Yes. रितेश भाई, आपका और मेरा हर रोज का काम है, right? Yes. ऐशा, about other participants. Most of us right now we see that we always having the online shopping and the shopping in the mall where there is no negotiation happens, but in the street shopping there is lots of negotiation happen. Now recall yourself how our process goes into it, कि जब भी सामने एक ठेला लगा हुआ है, सबसे पहले हम चीजों को देखते हैं, चीज को पसंद करते हैं, वी चूज द थिंग फर्स्ट, एंड देन वी ट्राई टू नेगोशिएट विद द वेंडर. वो बोलेगा 100 रुपया, आप बोलोगे 90 रुपया. Then the negotiation goes like that. ना आपका ना मेरा, let's fix it at 95 rupees and we make a deal. This is how it happens, right? Esha, Ritesh, this is what we normally do. सबसे पहले चीज को पसंद करो और उसके बाद में नेगोशिएट करो, right? Yes. Same thing goes to the multiple time frame analysis. The same thing, the same process that we follow in the multiple time frame analysis. First of all, on the monthly chart or a weekly chart, you need to select that particular stock. ये stock अच्छा लग रहा है कि नहीं लग रहा है. Once you find it well, then on the daily chart you go and negotiate with it. Means monthly chart पे, weekly chart पे आपको अच्छा लगा, that doesn't mean that immediately you hit the button on the buy. Immediately you hit the buy button. So how do I see is that in this particular time frames, I split into the two parts. One is a decision making chart and one is a trade initiation chart. So my monthly chart or a weekly chart, either or. Normally I follow this process, monthly chart, weekly chart for my decision making chart, where I am, do I liking this stock or no? Once I like it, let's say this particular stock, Havels, for example, I like it at 1,000 and 1,200 rupee. So once I like it, then I on the daily time frame, I just try to see, okay, can I get this particular stock a little bit cheaper or no, or at what level I am going to buy this particular stock. So this is what our multiple time frame horizon is there. The broader chart, intermediate chart for my decision making chart, and then the trade initiation chart. Fine. Now we come to the heart of a technical analysis. This is what a support and a resistance, support and a resistance that we are going to talk about. There are multiple ways to identify the support and resistance through the price actions, through the moving average, through the Fibonacci. I have just listed down the three of the things, but there are various other approaches are there to understand the support and resistance. But by the same time, too many cook will spoil the soup. So limited the things, the better the things is, right? Support and resistance. I think the very basic nomenclature about the market, from where your declining momentum stops and price moves up, this is what a support. From where the prices are moving up, stop upside momentum, and then it comes down, it is what a resistance we normally say. Now, to the freshers or those who are at a very initial stage, let me make a little bit easier for you. Okay? why the support and resistance gets created. Now I just step away from the market and I'm asking a very general question. The question goes is, what is the purpose of advertisement? Can you tell me what is the purpose of advertisement? Why we do advertisement? Yes, creating the awareness. Any other want to attempt? Very general question is this. Creating the brand awareness. Now, why this question in the technical analysis session? Because try to understand the psychology behind it. Support and a resistance. It is nothing short of, it is nothing but the memories of the chart. Means let's say when any sorts of advertisement is we are seeing repeated, means we do the advertisement because it creates the awareness and it helps to generate the business or it increases the sales. But why this particular thing happens? Because the more we see something, more we hear something, more we accept it. Isn't it so? कि जितना ज्यादा हम देखते हैं, जितना ज्यादा हम सुनते हैं, उतना ही ज्यादा हम अपनाते हैं उनको very easily. Similarly, when in the market stock price come down to the 100 rupee and it moved up, okay, fine, it happened. No one knew that the stock price will turn up from the 100 rupee, but second time prices are coming down to this particular level and then again it is picking up the momentum. Now there is some sorts of memories has started to get created. Stock every time it is coming to the 100 rupees and then it is trying to pick up the momentum. Third time again it has come to the 100 rupees and started to pick up the momentum. So more the number of touches point it is having, the more the memory that it keeps on getting created. Okay, fine. This particular level, the stock prices are working as a support, and the 120 level acting as a resistance because every time prices are dropping from that particular point. When the prices has fallen down from 120 to 100 level, it was like supply was greater than the demand, then only the price falls. When the prices are moving from 100 to again to the 120, the demand was greater than the supply and prices picked up the momentum. But here we need to pay attention where that particular equation has changed. Earlier, my supply was greater than the demand. At this particular point, in this particular point, my demand is greater than the supply. But where this equation has changed, so this equation has changed around this particular point. So I need to pay attention on the turning points. Uh, are you able to recall your childhood? I think this kind of a game we have played a lot in our childhood. Means if you can recall, there is some sorts of a kids section in a newspaper supplementary used to come. There are several dots with the numbers, and we have to connect the dots according to the numbers. And finally, we get a picture like a Christmas tree or like a teddy bear or something like that. In our childhood, I used to do it a lot, and till today on the chart, I am doing the same thing, connecting the dots, connecting the turning points. So technical analysis in the section of the support and regions, it's all about connecting the dots. How well you are able to do it, so that depends on us. So normally, we ourselves call as a chartist because we look at the chart and so we are a chartist. But within the chartist, if you see, let me see how you figure out this thing. Do you figure out something in this? We are a chartist, but we have to do things little bit artistically. यहाँ पे कोई विश्व प्रतिज्ञा नहीं होती है कि भाई मेरा पहला पॉइंट मेरा दूसरा पॉइंट कनेक्ट होना चाहिए. लिटिल बिट लीवे हियर वी कैन गिव एंड वी कैन गिव, but though we have to draw the very good picture. So little bit artistically we have to analyze the chart, right? So in a price action is what? Reading the price momentum as they are. We keep on reading the price momentum, how they are, means how they are, and trying to see where the turning points are there, and we try to connect the things. So there are different things are there. Means you have the horizontal line, trend line, the combination of the horizontal line, trend line, You have the role reversal, support band, resistance band, bad trap, bull trap. These are all the different things are there. So let's check one by one, right? My positional trades means the trades where I means by nature I'm a positional trader. So I prefer a one particular setup. Means those who are preferring to the positional trade means buying and holding it for a couple of months, couple of quarters, and maybe more than that. So I believe that this is what one of the very preferred setup that I have normally seen. And what is that? The horizontal lines. The one particular level acted as in rations for 6 years, 8 years, and more than that. And finally, when the breakout happened, it was like a structural change in that particular stock. So I normally try to find such kind of setups where one particular stock has been resisted for the very huge period of time. And finally, when the breakout happened, when your horizontal line reaches on the higher side, so this is what the upward momentum that we see. Where we use the horizontal line, where we use the trend line. So market has a broadly two. There are two kinds of markets are there. One is a trading market and one is a trending market, right? Trading market and trending market. Trading market is like means there are lots of another nomenclature that you can use sideways consolidation where the market actually does nothing. There is not much momentum that we are seeing. So that is what a trading market wherein we use the horizontal line a lot. And when there is a trending situation, prices keeps on moving in the one directions. Directions can be on the upside, it can be on the downside, but there is a directions. So over there we use the trend lines, right? So horizontal line, and it is what one of my favorite setup, long consolidation patches and breakouts is happening. So this is what a structural change that I see in the stock. Let's look at some of the historical examples. Let's say the one of the biggest stock of the market is the Reliance. This is what the Reliance Industries, right? Reliance Industries, at one particular time, it was regarded as a wealth destructor. There was a time where this particular stock regarded as a wealth destructor. For the number of years, there is no any kind of the momentum happened. The stock price stuck at one particular level for the years, and here it is. So let's say if I my horizontal line is my favorite line. So this is what my uh, time frame. This particular stock has started to resist it around the 230 level. So here it is in price level 250 level around. So this particular stock has started to find the resistance at 2009 and finally got breached in the year 2017. 2009 से 2017 तक this particular single price level was acting as a resistance. But once the breakout happened, we have seen that there is a very stronger amount of the price momentum is happening. There is a very good amount of the price momentum happened. As we are on the Reliance, I just to give you one more understanding. This is what my 2020. After the 2020's major corrections, whenever the stock prices has fallen, so this is just in one another observation, prices has fallen by this percentage. It was a 22 percentage. Then this was the fall that happened. Yeah, again, it was like a 22, 23 percentage. Again, recently we are seeing the fall. So this is what my high and this is what my low. Almost 22%, 23% fall happened. So here you will also see 23%, 23%, and 23%. As of now, I am not seeing any kind of the buying momentum, but then to some extent, it tells me that okay, price-wise correction to the great extent, it isn't over now. Let me share this particular thing with you all. Yes. So Reliance Beware. So this particular stock has started to find the reasons for the number of years, maybe 7 years, 8 years, and then the breakout happened. Prices has gave the very decent upside momentum in that. This is what the current texture of the stock. Same way, let's say कि a stock like a Hindustan Unilever. For the years, means let's say this is what the line that I am able to see. uh, from this particular time, year 2000 till 2011, so 10, 11 years, prices kept on resisting the same line, one time, two time, three time, four time, five time. Finally, when the breakout happened, we have seen the very structural changes on the higher side. Prices has moved up quite well on the higher side. So the long consolidation patches and when the breakout happens, it is a very good thing to look at. Recently, in a couple of years, where PSU stocks was every time it was looked down, let's say like in the REC, uh, this particular stock has been on the range for a very huge period of time. Let's say from 2010, 2023, 12 years, 13 years, this particular stock didn't nothing. But once the final breakout happened, we have seen that skyrocketing momentum has spun out in this particular stocks. Now, lots of examples that I have gave you. Now, can you do a one short exercise? Let's say I put the one chart in front of you, that is a Godrej property. Can you tell me that at what level I can place this line? Can you tell me that at what level I can put my horizontal line which resembles to the ongoing topic, the huge consolidation patches and the breakouts? Yes, anyone attempting? The Godrej property chart, which is in front of you, this is what my monthly chart. At what level you can place the line? You can refer this particular y-axis. At what level you can put down the levels? कि कौन से ऐसे लेवल पे आप लाइन डालोगे which says that after a long period of time there is a declining momentum happened? Yes, right, around 380. Yes. So here you can see this particular stock means since 2010 it was fighting the resistance, and finally in the year 2017 we have seen the very good breakout. Now again, one more thing to look into this, measure the falls in this. See, the beauty of the charts means it tells us the lots of things, and higher the time frame, more the relevance. On a shorter time frame, of course, you will have the lots of noise, but higher the time frame, you have the better understanding about how the prices are forming. All it requires is patience then. So this was the fall that happened earlier. So 62 percentage kind of a fall. Then another fall that happened. It was like a 48, 50 percentage kind of fall. Then another one more fall happened. So this is like a 57 percentage fall. Then another one more fall happened. So again, it is like in 60 percentage. This was the little bit shorter one, but rest of the falls, 60 percentage kind of around that we have seen. And then structurally, we have seen the upward momentum in that. So lots of chart will give you a good amount of the clarity. How the prices are moving and how the stock prices are performing. Yes, Lakshmi. So it has given the breakout in a year 2018 around 17, 18 in between. It has given the breakout, and we have seen that there is a strong upside momentum happen. Now, these are all the historical examples. Let's look at the some shots of a real chart examples, real time examples right now. So let's say a couple of months, couple of days back, we have means I had a view on a one stock, that is a Taj GVK. Right now, the hotel stocks are also doing quite well. This is what a Taj GVK stock is all about. This is what my monthly chart. Can you guess how much long, what will be the duration of this particular horizontal line? Can you guess or can you see? What is the duration of this particular horizontal line? Wow, Rajesh. Yes, very quick. So, guys, it is of 20 years. 20 years. Now, this 20 years stock price, let's say from 2005, 6 till this period of time, 20 years, the prices has stuck at one particular point. So that was a 270 level. So resistance, resistance. Finally, it gave the breakout. Prices has retested. This means we will come to this particular point, which is a very important point. That is the role reversal level. And then now the prices started to pick up the momentum. I don't know whether this particular stock will be a multi-bagger or no kind of thing. I don't know. But as far as my risk management is also concerned, if I find such kind of the 4 to 5 stocks, then there is a better probability कि अगर ये स्टॉक नहीं चला तो कोई ना कोई और स्टॉक शायद इसको बैकअप कर ले वैसे. So now, whenever I look forward for my longer term investment, this particular theory plays a very important role because having seen the lots of examples like long consolidation patches and the breakouts, it helps us to understand a lot. Okay, okay, fine. This is what the structural change that we are able to see in these particular stocks. So 20 years a range when the things are getting broken out on the high side, there are some sorts of things happened, and because of that, prices has been moving around. It is just in one of the example that we are seeing. There will be many other examples as well. So let's say I have created my entire market watch list on this particular thing. So there will be lots of stocks that you will be able to find. Those are having the similar kind of setup. Many of the stock has already moved up as well. But let's say this is what a 3M India. So stock price since 2018 until 2023, it has considered breakout and now it is again coming back. I see the Agenda Pharma. It has already moved up, but if you look at its history as well, so there was a time long back. This particular stock was under the same scenario. The stock price from 2001. This is the 2001 where my cursor is, and then this is what my breakout is happening at this particular point. So it breakout happened in 2010. 10 years it has consolidated. Then the breakout happened. Now the similar kind of thing I'm seeing over here. Our stock got stuck at a 2016 and it gave me the breakout in a 2023. So 7 to 8 years prices has been there. So 1400 का already 2800 हो गया है stock. But I have missed this opportunity. But then I will wait कि कितना नीचे आता है और कब उसमें rebound करता है. Then it become the long term structural or long term tailwind is there. So that gives me the some sorts of understanding. Okay, fine, there is some sorts of momentum is there. Lots of stocks you will be able to find in this particular way. So let's say CI India is one particular auto ancillary stock. So the consolidation patch happened to be in a 2007 and the breakout happened in a 2022. Prices has moved up. But now I understand that okay, the corrections will give me a good insight. Now in this particular stock, I will try to understand my correction profile. Okay, how much stocks prices are falling, what are my important potential support level, and if it is moving up, then I can be a part of those particular stocks. Yes, right. Yes, so this is just in one theory to discuss upon the long consolidation patches and breakout, the very simple utility of the horizontal line. When there is some sort of structural breakout happens, so this is what a big development. You can just take the exercise, means you just take the Nifty small cap 100 or Nifty micro cap stocks and just go through the list where such kind of development is happening. I will look forward to hear some names from you tomorrow. What are the stocks that you identified? If possible, please take this exercise. Try to identify, understand the stocks at your end, right? And while doing this analysis, you will also see that okay, how many things already happen and how the stock prices has behaved there, of course. And it is a very simple exercise. You just need to plot the horizontal line, nothing else, right? So this is just in one theory. Uh, Last topic that today for a day we are going to discuss is the support means three things: trend line, horizontal line, and a role reversal. We have talked about the horizontal line. Let's talk about the trend lines as well. Higher the time frame, more the relevance. That is what my firm belief is all about. There are a certain kind of stocks, there are certain kind of charts which has been into the trending situation for the decades. Means they are following some sorts of trend lines for the decades. I give you one real-time example. Let's say IFB industry. Any idea IFB industry in which segment is this stock is in? In which segment this particular stock is in? IFB industry. Yes, so before finishing the today, we will share the feedback in the chat. Sure, sure, fine. So please, team L&D, share your link. So means you can post into the group. Okay, my question remains the same. Any idea in which sector IFB industry belongs? I think we are all from the market. So even if you are from the IT department or operation department, you might be able to get the IFB industry. Now it is a very popular name because it is under the uh, consumer durable stocks. Basically, it produces the washing machine and home appliances companies. Is this right? Yes, Lakshmi. It is home appliance companies all about. The chart that I was sharing with you, the long consolidation patches and the broader development. So I can see this particular stock. We have shared feedback link. So please take 1 or 2 minutes to share your feedback. It will help us to improvise ourselves, right? So this is what a chart. Now, when the chart is in front of us, now what we need to do is that we need to just roll our eyeball and try to see that okay, what are the maximum turning points that we are able to connect. If we connect that the maximum points, then we are finding some sorts of chart structure. Okay, fine. This is the way the prices are moving in. So here I see, let's say this is what my trend line. This is what how I see this particular thing. I put the line in this particular way. Yes, it has captured the time frame for the limited time, but then my rest of the history is not getting captured. So let me reattempt. Uh, Keep on trial and error and try to get the maximum turning points. Now let's say this is the another turning point that I'm able to capture. So somewhere, somewhat, it gives me the better sense. Okay, fine, I'm able to touch 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4.5 point, and the prices are moving up. Any trend line becomes a valid when there are a minimum three touch points are there, right? Now then, this particular trend line is from this particular thing, connecting the highs. We call it as a channels. We call it as a channel. Now, two parallel means two parallel lines, and within that, the huge amount of the price movement will happen. And this particular channel has born in a year 1999. And 1999 till date, we are following the same kind of thing. Okay, prices. So these particular lines are acting as a trend navigator for the stock. Having said that, this is the first thing. Second thing you can see or observe is this one. This particular line was in the year 2017, and we are into the year 2000, and breakout happened in the 2024. So how much duration it has already taken? So 6 to 7 years already it has taken. So you are having the 20 years kind of the rising trend line, and then you are having the 7 years kind of the consolidation patch, and then the breakout. Then this all things becomes the very good case studies to look at. The potential chart setups that we normally say. The decadal developments are there. 20 years, 10 years kind of developments are there. So these all stocks we look very closely. Yes, I think this is from my side for today. Any query, questions for means whatever the topic that we have discussed, we take it up and then we wind up the session and see you tomorrow with the continuation of this particular thing, price action and trend, the next part that we will discuss. Hope I have justified your time. Any questions for today? And please fill the feedback form as well. Thank you, Shakshi, Lakshmi, Gopinath. Sure, Shakshi. Tomorrow we will be discussing or continuing this particular part, that is a price action. And one more point that we will consider is a trend. So today, in a nutshell, what we did a kind of a analysis of the market structure, how the market has been. Then we have talked about the what are the flavor of the market. We have focused on the momentum trading. So we focus that if the stocks which are moving up, so there will be a further more potential into that. We have looked at the seasonality. We have looked at the intensity of the fall, and then we have looked at a couple of examples of the trend lines and horizontal line. Can we get the link of this recording? Schedule learning was stock scanning and seasonality. Yes, Hemant. Yeah. I need to check with HR or team L&D whether they will means we will be having a link or no. I need to confirm with that. Fine. Then with this note, we end the today's session and see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time. Yes, sir, we will be sharing the link of the same. So this question was from I think Ankit. So yes, we will be sharing the link. Thank you so much.